Hello, I hope everyone is healthy and I hope everyone is well. Today we are making this tuna pie, which is absolutely divine. Stay tuned to the end of the video if you would like to see how I achieved this beautiful, delicate pie. So the first thing we're going to do is to prepare our pie filling so we can leave it aside to cool down. And don't worry guys, this is a very simple, straightforward recipe which you can follow very easily. As you could see from what I was doing earlier, I added the spring onion and onions into my cooking pot, and then I crushed in 2 Maggi cubes. And now I'm just gonna pour in my tuna, and I'm gonna have all the list of ingredients and the measurements in the description box. So now I have my tuna, onion and Maggi cubes in the cooking pot. And to this I'm going to add my white pepper, black pepper, garlic powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of water to the mixture just to soften it up a little bit. And then I'm going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of flour. Now this helps to thicken up the liquid and it also helps to bring everything together. Chili flakes, curry powder, and finally we are adding nutmeg. Ooh, beauty on the plate. How good does this look? I'm going to set this aside and leave it to cool down while we carry on with making our pastry. So as you can see, I'm just going to add all of the flour into the bowl and then add the butter as well. And don't worry guys, the measurements are all listed below. Guys, please make sure your butter is very cold when you take it out of the fridge. This helps you to get the very flaky pastry, and that's exactly what we want when we're making pie. So as you can see here, I'm using my fingertips to wrap everything together. Also, try not to handle your pastry for too long because it just ends up turning into like a dough, a dough texture, and we don't want that. As I said earlier, we want a nice, crumbly, flaky texture. This is exactly what we want the mixture to look like. And here I have 1 cup of water and I basically added 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Now you don't have to do this, but I chose to do this because I just wanted to get the yellow, the yellow color in the pastry basically. So yeah. Now we're gonna have to gradually add the water and form balls, small round balls basically. This is the perfect texture we're looking for. Not too crumbly and not too soft as well. And guys, just so you know, I didn't actually use the whole cup of water. I didn't use the whole lot of it. I had about 10 tablespoons of water left. Yeah. That being said, if you do feel like you need to use the whole cup of water, feel free to do that, yeah? Yep, so I was able to form 4 small bowls of pastry, and over here I'm going to be using evaporated milk to help seal the pastry together. Now you can use egg or you can use water, it's totally up to you, or you can use fresh milk as well. And as you can see here, I'm just sprinkling a bit of flour onto the tabletop, and now we're going to roll out the pastry. Now the size of your circle does not matter at all. You can make yours smaller, you can make it bigger. It's totally up to you. And as you can see, I'm just adding the filling into the pastry. Yeah, try and flatten it out a little bit as well, so it makes it a lot easier to fold the pastry. Now just apply the liquid to the edges of your circle and then fold it in half and use a fork to seal the edges, but bear in mind you can use your fingers as well, it's totally fine. There is no fancy way of doing this, just make sure your hands are cleaned. Obviously make sure your hands are clean before touching your pastry. If you're wondering why I'm just dipping the fork into the flour, now that's because at some point the fork begins to stick to the pastry, so by doing that it just helps, yeah, it helps prevent that basically. And also I chose to, how do I even explain this? I pierced the fork through the top part of the pastry to help get the steam out and some air out as well. So we are done with this one, and yeah, this is just what it should look like, perfect like mine. Yeah, so I'm just gonna carry on with doing a few more pastries and we will be back. Forgot to mention, guys, you would need your eggs or milk for the top part of the pie. Just, you can't use water for this stage, you can't use water at all. Water can only be used to seal the pastry together. Yep, apply some milk or eggs to the top part. Now this helps give it the golden brown color we're looking for, and it also helps you to know when your pastry is done. That was a bit too much. So we are done with the pastries. They look so good even though they're not baked yet. They're even glowing. Pies that glow, imagine. Yeah guys, this is it. See what I was talking about? The golden brown look at the top. That's exactly what we want. And look at that as well. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're done guys. If you have any questions, please leave them for me, and thank you so much for watching.